Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. The South African Reserve Bank says it's probing President Cyril Ramaphosa over the Phala Phala farm matter. They have also confirmed that they didn't know about the foreign currency in Phala Phala. Ramaphosa has alleged that the money was the proceeds from animal sales. If the Reserve Bank and SARS didn't know and taxes were not paid, that is an impeachable offence. Of course, the remarks there coming from the African Transformation Movement leader and MP Vuyo Zungula. A very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. You sent out this tweet saying that now this is an impeachable offence. Talk to us about it.
It's very clear, Mpho. You have a president that is accused and is actually confirmed that indeed, number one, there was a burglary which was not reported, and there was foreign currency which came from the sale of, in his words, livestock in his farm. If the Reserve Bank in 2022 is saying we did not know, because the letter of the Reserve Bank is saying we asked the president to indicate what is the source of that foreign currency and any underlying transactions that might have led to that foreign currency being in our country. The foreign exchange regulations, they state that foreign currency must be declared within 30 days. Now, if in 2022, Reserve Bank does not know about a foreign currency which was stolen in 2020, it clearly shows that the laws have been broken. And there's no way in which SARS can be able to know the source of the foreign currency and the transactions, and the Reserve Bank does not know about it. So the fact that the Reserve Bank is unaware, it means also SARS is unaware. If SARS is also unaware, it means the president has evaded paying taxes. Therefore, he's violated Section 96 2B of the Constitution, which is, in our view, an impeachable offence.
Yeah, Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago was asked about how far the investigation is going, speaking on the sidelines of former President Kgalema Motlate's foundation forum. And he says he won't be commenting on this for now because an investigation is still underway and he doesn't want to preempt anything. Are you confident, as the investigation is underway, that we will come to a conclusion here?
Look, with the information that they've already put in the public domain, that they've asked the president to report to the Reserve Bank or alert the Reserve Bank as to the source and underlying transaction that led to that foreign currency, that is more than enough to know that the laws have been broken, because the regulation is very clear. Within 30 days, if you've got foreign currency, exchange it, so that the Reserve Bank may be able to know that there is foreign currency and what is the source of that foreign currency. If in 2022 the Reserve Bank is still asking about a transaction or foreign currency that got into our country supposedly in 2020, there's more than 2 years, meaning the laws have been violated by the sitting president.
The sitting president has come under scrutiny over the Phala Phala matter. And of course, we know that as you and I speak, the three former presidents have also, launched a scathing attack on the president, saying that they're questioning his leadership qualities. What are your thoughts around that as the criticism continues to come in over the president?
The people advising the president must just advise him to resign. There is no one who has confidence in Ramaphosa unless that person is actually being paid by Ramaphosa. If you look at any indicator in our country, whether it is the issue of crime, unemployment, cost of living, he's failed to govern the country, he's failed to provide, decent standard of living for our citizens. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing that is gotten right from his leadership. Eskom is in shambles, unemployment is skyrocketing, the unemployment, it's very high in our country, especially for young people. Therefore, Mr. Ramaphosa must just do the honorable thing and just resign. He did say is that, he's a president of the Uncle Society. He loves it. Let him just focus on his private enterprises and let South Africa have a president that will be very focused on improving the lives of South Africans.
The president is set to address the nation this evening at 7:30 on the outcomes of the recommendations of the State Capture Commission. What are your thoughts around that as he presents this report?
It's very difficult to take seriously any presentation or commitment from him. Look, you've got a person that is subject to an impeachment inquiry in Parliament. Now, this person, an impeachment is not a light thing. We're talking about a person that has gravely committed various violations to the Constitution. Therefore, a person under that cloud has got no moral standing to stand in front of South Africans and say, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 to correct, whatever that has been spoken about in that commission of inquiry. Whereas he himself is under that cloud whereby he has, in fact, he even tried to evade speaking about Phala Phala. You recall in Parliament where he did not answer, whereas the Constitution obligates him to answer any question in Parliament. Even with the institutions like a public protector, it took a threat of a subpoena for him to actually answer. And when he answers, he says, this thing is more than 2 years old, so the public protector cannot investigate. Therefore, how do you trust such a person who shows no regard to our institutions, to our Chapter 9 institutions and Parliament, to actually say anything or do anything that will actually take South Africa forward?
He has denied the allegation of money laundering, reiterating that the money was the proceeds of his game farming. That's what we've heard very consistently. But when it comes to the recommendations of the Zondo Commission, a lot is at stake here. The future trajectory of the country is essentially at stake. So whatever he has to say will be important for South Africa going forward.
Yes, hence we must critique it, because it is not coming from a person that is genuinely can be trusted, a person of integrity. We must always be suspicious of his actions. Look, if a person such as a head of state with so much power to appoint people as either in the judiciary or as commissioners of police, etc., is accused or is alleged of such serious transgressions, you cannot expect that person, when he's making any determination in our country, to be actually in the best interest of the country. Because what if the appointment of the National Police Commissioner was to actually protect himself from any scrutiny on Phala Phala? Those are the realities, because he did not come outright and report Phala Phala. Therefore, hence we as the ATM were saying that person, we must always be suspicious of his actions, because the manner in which he's been conducting himself as the president of the country leaves a lot to be desired. And we cannot just blindly take whatever that is going to say tonight, because we know it is coming from a person who's entangled in a criminal mafia system whereby there is alleged money laundering and more than $20 million US in cash found in the mattresses or stolen in the mattresses. And so that is why we cannot just blindly take whatever that is going to say tonight.
And before we say goodbye to you, I mean, you say that the president should do the right thing and resign. As a party, do you have a plan of action around that, or are you just going to say this and leave it at that? No,
look, he must resign. There's more than 400, there's 400 members of parliament. When he resigns, there's more than, there's more than enough capacity from members of the opposition parties that can actually take over. Because the importance of South Africa being under the hands of people who are not obsessed about fighting for their political power or fighting to evade accountability in the judiciary of our country, it is very critical. So South Africa at this current juncture deserves a person that will not be entangled in the politics of fighting over positions, but rather it deserves a president that will just deliver services to the people and govern the country in the best interest of the people.
Very well. Thank you so much for your time. Let's leave it there for now. Vuyo Zungula, African Transformation Movement leader and MP, speaking to us there about President Cyril Ramaphosa and the Phala Phala farm matter.